Scene script. Have you ever wondered why some people come out on top in every situation? It's not luck, it's critical thinking. Picture this. You're in a labyrinth, surrounded by a myriad of paths, each leading to different outcomes. How would you decide which one to take? Would you just randomly pick one, or would you use a more analytical approach to find the best path? This, my friends, is where the power of critical thinking comes in. Critical thinking is the ability to think clearly and rationally, understanding the logical connection between ideas. It's not about accumulating information, but about understanding it, dissecting it, and making connections. It's about asking the right questions, challenging assumptions, and not just accepting things at face value. In our daily lives, we're constantly bombarded with information, decisions to make, problems to solve. Whether it's deciding what to have for breakfast, which route to take to work, or even how to tackle a complex project at work, critical thinking is integral. It allows us to make informed decisions, solve problems effectively, and navigate our way through life. Think about a world leader, a successful entrepreneur, or a renowned scientist. What do they all have in common? Yes, they're all critical thinkers. They don't just accept the status quo. They question it, they challenge it, they change it. They use their critical thinking skills to evaluate options, make decisions, and innovate. But don't be mistaken, critical thinking isn't just for the elite. It's a skill that can and should be cultivated by everyone. Whether you're a student trying to ace your exams, a professional striving for success, or simply someone who wants to make better decisions in life, enhancing your critical thinking skills can be a game changer. So you might ask, how do you develop this superpower? Well, it's not about being the smartest person in the room. It's about being curious, open-minded, and willing to question your own beliefs and assumptions. It's about learning to look at things from different perspectives, to analyze information critically, and to make well-reasoned decisions. If you're wondering how to enhance your critical thinking skills, you're in the right place. Tip number 1, question everything. The cornerstone of critical thinking lies in the power of inquiry and skepticism. It's about challenging the status quo, questioning the why and how of every situation. These questions are the keys that unlock the doors to a deeper understanding and richer knowledge. It's not about doubting everything for the sake of skepticism, but rather about seeking clarity and not settling for superficial answers. When you question a premise or a belief, you're essentially examining the roots of the tree of knowledge. You're delving deeper into the layers of understanding, peeling back the surface to reveal the core. This practice can lead to fascinating discoveries and new perspectives. It's about refusing to accept things just because that's the way they are. It's about daring to ask, but why? Remember, the world of knowledge is like an iceberg. What you see on the surface is just a fraction of what lies beneath. Never take anything at face value, always dig deeper. Moving on to tip number 2, analyze information. Analysis is the backbone of critical thinking. It involves breaking down complex problems and information into digestible, understandable pieces. Think of it as a puzzle, a jigsaw of understanding, if you will. Each piece of information is a puzzle piece, and your task is to find out how these pieces fit together to form a complete picture. To analyze effectively, start by identifying the main components of the problem or information. Next, investigate each component in detail. Ask yourself, what is its purpose? What role does it play in the bigger picture? How does it interact with the other components? This process helps you understand the problem or information from various angles, allowing you to form a well-rounded perspective. It's like peeling back the layers of an onion, revealing new insights with each layer. Remember, a problem well defined is a problem half solved. Tip number 3, broaden your horizons. One of the most effective ways to enhance your critical thinking skills is to expose yourself to a variety of perspectives and ideas. Imagine the world of knowledge as an endless ocean, and you, my dear listener, are a ship sailing across it. To chart a successful course, you must be open to the winds of change, ready to adjust your sails to new information. Understanding different viewpoints can help you form a more comprehensive, nuanced understanding of the world around you. It's like looking at a multifaceted gemstone. Each facet reflects a different light, offering a unique perspective. By broadening your horizons, you're not just gathering more information, but you are also enhancing your ability to understand, analyze, and evaluate that information critically. So, set sail on the vast ocean of knowledge. Embrace the unknown, the unfamiliar, the different. Different perspectives can provide valuable insights. Don't limit yourself. Tip number 4, embrace uncertainty. The path of critical thinking is often strewn with questions that lack clear-cut answers. But don't let that deter you. In fact, it's this very ambiguity that can be a catalyst for deeper inquiry and better problem-solving. When we become comfortable with uncertainty, we allow ourselves to explore different perspectives without the pressure of having to be right. We become more open to the possibility that our initial assumptions may not hold true, and that's okay. This flexibility in thinking can lead to a more nuanced understanding of the issue at hand, and ultimately, more informed decision-making. So the next time you're faced with a complex problem, don't rush to find the right answer. Instead, embrace the uncertainty. Dive into the grey areas, ask more questions, challenge your assumptions. Remember, uncertainty isn't a sign of weakness. It's an opportunity for growth. Tip number 5, reflect regularly. Reflection is not merely an idle pastime, it's a powerful tool that can enhance your critical thinking skills. It's like a personal audit of your thoughts and decisions, allowing you to identify patterns, biases, and areas for improvement. Reflection helps you become more self-aware, and this self-awareness is crucial for critical thinking. When you reflect, you're not just reviewing the decisions you've made, but also the process that led to those decisions. Were you hasty? Did you consider all the angles? Were you influenced by biases? Reflection allows you to identify these factors and adjust your approach accordingly. Introspection, a deeper form of reflection, helps you understand your own thought processes, which in turn improves your decision-making skills. It's about looking inward and asking yourself why you think the way you do. Remember, critical thinking is a skill that can be honed and improved. Reflection is the key to self-improvement. Always take time to assess your thoughts and decisions. Last but not least, tip number 6, cultivate intellectual humility. This is the acknowledgement that our knowledge and understanding are limited. It's about recognizing the simple fact that we don't have all the answers, and that's perfectly okay. Intellectual humility promotes a sense of curiosity, an openness to new ideas, and a willingness to change your mind when presented with credible information. It's the antithesis of intellectual arrogance, where one assumes they know it all and shuts down any opportunity for learning and growth. In the realm of critical thinking, intellectual humility serves as a conduit for continuous learning. It keeps your mind receptive to new insights, even if they challenge your pre-existing beliefs. It's about fostering a mindset where you're excited to learn, eager to question, and ready to absorb. Remember, the smartest people are those who recognize that there's always more to learn. Knowing what you don't know is the first step towards learning. Embrace intellectual humility. We've covered a lot today, so let's recap. Beginning with the first tip, we delved into the importance of questioning everything. This is a cornerstone of critical thinking. It's not about doubting for the sake of it, but rather about fostering a healthy sense of curiosity and not accepting information at face value. Next, we explored the art of analyzing information. It's about dissecting information, looking at it from different angles and perspectives, and determining its value. It's about not just consuming information, but also understanding it in depth. Moving on, we discussed the need to broaden your horizons. The more diverse your knowledge, the more tools you have at your disposal for critical thinking. This can involve reading widely, exploring new ideas, and stepping outside of your comfort zone. Our fourth tip focused on embracing uncertainty. As much as we might like things to be black and white, life is often lived in shades of grey. It's about being comfortable with not knowing, and using that as a springboard for critical thinking. In the fifth tip, we emphasized the importance of regular reflection. This is about taking time to pause, look back, and learn from both your successes and mistakes. It's about understanding that reflection is a crucial part of the learning process. And finally, we spoke about the need to cultivate intellectual humility. This is about recognizing that you don't know everything, and that's okay. It's about being open to learning, changing your mind, and being humble enough to admit when you're wrong. These 6 tips, while simple in theory, can be challenging to implement in practice. Yet they are fundamental to enhancing your critical thinking skills, skills that are invaluable in decision-making and problem-solving. They help you to navigate the complexities of life with a discerning mind, to make informed decisions, and to constantly learn and grow. Remember, critical thinking isn't a skill you're born with, it's a skill you develop. So start today and become the best version of yourself.